Hey, I mean, he did it again. I
He
thought he
did
did
it
it
again.
again.
Like I like this album better than GNX.
I You're gonna get the people mad at you, Elsie.
I'm
You can't
sorry.
say there are no songs I return to on Chromacopia.
No way. Okay, that's crazy. Oh my
There,
god. I enjoy this album. Like I don't think it was as good as the first, but I don't think it needs to be. I just opened Twitter and I'm like, Tyler the Creator dropping 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Like what? There's no endless teasing.
mhm.
ASAP Rocky, this is for you. Like, I don't know if there's a song, but I would love to see Anderson Paak in the studio. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to do things when it's just a one woman team and just maybe a few other people just kind of helping to tie loose ends. But
Welcome to the Sound Centric Podcast. I am your host, Adam Dash, and today we are joined by a third-time guest, which might be tied or might be the most appearances someone has come onto the platform.
okay.
So, complete honor, the woman behind some of the best interviews going out right now. I was watching the Party of Two one. I was watching the Smino Samara Sin one, which it's one of those things that you're mad when someone does an idea that you had, but you can't even be mad because they did it at such a high quality version of it. But Elsie, welcome to the show.
Thank
Welcome
you for
back.
having me for the third time. Like, I love coming on here. So, yeah, excited to I don't know if I'm honored to be here again. So, thank
Yeah,
you for thinking of
I
me.
I kind of noticed this in your Overcast interview, and this would be my goal for my pod. You guys seem like friends. I don't know what your relationship was before it, but just
That
the
was my first
natural.
time ever meeting him.
Okay, so it was just cool vibes. I can tell,
Yeah, it was. He's a really cool guy.
because I think that like adds another element to interviews. Not the biases of being friends with someone. Like you don't necessarily want that, but the natural, you know,
Just easy to talk to, really.
yeah. The jokes were flying around. I feel like they're able to get more comfortable. He was hyping you up in the beginning. He was like, tell them what you got."
Yeah, it was fun, definitely. And that was in New York too, so very random, but I'm happy to do what I do.
And that must have been filmed way before the album came out. So it must have been
Yeah,
a
it
couple
was
months
filmed
ago.
in a couple months ago. It was filmed, I would say early May. Yeah, it was
Okay.
filmed a little while ago, so yeah, I
So
can't even remember.
how do you plan out when it drops? Is that just a editing thing? Is that his team being like, we would like it to be dropped in this
So
date
there's a lot
range?
of factors that go into when I decide to drop an interview. So firstly, it's editing. And editing, that process it could be really short depending on how quick my editor is able to crank
Yeah.
things out. But my editor too has shit going on in real life. So I have to work with his schedule. After that, you got to send it to the artist teams. And depending, some of them might have some feedback. So it's like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe can you like do this, can you do that? So sometimes the artist is cool right away and that makes it easier to
Yeah.
say okay, drop. And after that it's like we got to make a thumbnail and then we got to make cut downs for social media and then just trying to roll it out. So honestly, the turnaround time could be faster, but
Yeah.
it's hard to do things when it's just a one woman team and just maybe a few other people just kind of helping to tie loose ends. But I'm trying to make my turnaround time
Yeah.
faster.
Well, like to that point, I was watching the Dylan documentary, which was
Yeah.
incredible, and we'll get more into that. But he was talking about, or someone was talking about that he showed up at the first day to the studio with like a huge team with him, and that he
Yeah.
seemed to like have this all figured out. Who is the Elsie team? Who is coming around helping Elsie out? How does it look
Man,
this good?
to be honest, like I'm very lucky because okay, so I discovered my editor very randomly on Twitter in
There we go.
2022. It was a random DM. He's just like I think he was making a YouTube video for himself and he sent me like, "Oh, just give me some feedback." I'm like, "Damn, you're incredible. Like we
Yeah.
should work together." And then my boyfriend helps me with a lot of things. Like he's basically a manager.
Okay.
Like he literally just helps me put everything together. Huge music lover too, so he's kind of doing because honestly, it's really hard to be a creative and to like do the organizational stuff. So I
Yeah.
kind of struggle with both because for me, it's just do the content. The content's there, but then he kind of does the okay. Let's name the YouTube video this. So let's roll it out
Yeah.
this way. Like let's put this on Instagram. So it's cool to have someone else, and then I have a couple videographers that I work with city to city, depending on where I'm shooting.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. Like it's not a huge team, but we're trying to do the
Yeah.
best with what we got.
Hey, Miss Worldwide.
Yeah,
she's got her people in each city. I love that.
yeah.
I w- I feel like recently I know people are very anti Chat GPT to the point that
Mm.
it's like, oh my god, that guy uses it. But
I'm
I
not
think
Chat GPT. I'm so sorry. I'm not complete. Like I
I'm not either. I think there's organizational the benefits of like help me name my video because I don't want to sit here for an hour thinking of what to name it, and then I can base
man.
it off of one of these examples.
It's
Or
honestly just like, oh, okay, so I want to put out an interview. I have these interviews with this artist recorded, but I
yeah,
want to plan a great rollout strategy. Like this is kind of what I have in mind, but
yeah,
ChatGPT will kind of help you just really like organize
yeah,
that. So I get AI use. Like I'm not fully anti AI. I'm not fully for AI in some aspects. Like
yeah. Of course, yeah,
I'm when it comes to like, people just using it to make music and all of that,
yeah,
like I'm not anti creativity, which I feel like a lot of people use AI to just like cancel out the creative aspect, but I think as a personal assistant, AI could go really far. Like I don't
yeah.
mind doing it that way.
I will use it something as tedious. This doesn't even take me that long, but like thinking of 500 characters for YouTube tags on a video. So
Right.
it's just annoying, and I can type in, upload my transcript, and go, give me 500 characters worth of YouTube tags that are relevant for this video, and it
Right.
does it quickly. That's not a creative
Right.
thing. It gives me more time for the creative aspect of it.
And exactly, it helps you to optimize that creative aspect. Because
Optimize.
you've done the video, you've done the work. It just
Yeah,
helps you optimize that, and I think that's where I don't really mind it.
yeah. And this is a free Chat GPT
Yeah.
ad. We have no sponsors for this pod, but
No sponsors at
no
all.
sponsor. That's why we got our clear cup of water. No branding. We're chilling. So this year started off, some would say a little slow. I thought there was still amazing music dropping,
It's a
but in
little.
the last 2 months have picked up where it seems like is this about to be one of the better years of hip hop in recent memory.
I think
In the
so.
in the last was it just this 1 month we've gotten Freddie Gibbs, Alchemist, Alfredo
Clipse.
2, and blanking on name, and Alfredo 1 is still my favorite album of the decade. So I
Oh,
wasn't
okay. That's a good pick. I can't be mad at that.
that is on repeat, so I'm obsessed with that. We got Pusha T, Clipse, Malice,
Mm-hmm.
Pharrell Williams coming with Let God Sort 'Em Out.
Mm-hmm.
Also incredible, and we'll get into it more. Than JID just dropping. God Does Like Ugly, and
Mm-hmm.
you got to go to the show. Let's get into that for a second. You
Yeah.
got to. I know you can't give out fully everything about the interview, and I'm just curious how did it get together? What was the Dollar and the Dream show like? I'm so angry I couldn't get to the
And
New
it
York
was
one.
it was my first JID show, so that's
Really?
the first thing
Okay.
ever. But so it was my first time also in Chicago because I got a message from his team. He's gonna be in Chicago. Do you want to come cover the show? We see you're doing this new series where you're documenting
Yeah.
live shows, so it could be cool to document. And when I say that, for me, that was the most engaged crowd I had ever seen, like for an artist. And
Yeah.
I think a big part of that was because of the fact that the tickets were $1. So it was first come, first serve. You couldn't buy this online.
Yeah.
It's not some random people just like buying tickets for resale value or whatever. These are real fans waiting in line. Like some
Mm-hmm.
people were in line for 5 hours,
Yeah.
6 hours, just sitting outside. We got to give out some free tickets to some people. We did a little giveaway, and people were clamoring. People were fighting for
For the
tickets.
for the people who couldn't afford the dollar,
Man,
they
that
got
was
their free ticket.
because it sold out. So it
Okay,
was like, oh my God, a guy was like, I'd do anything for a
yeah,
ticket. It was crazy. But the fans went crazy. I can't wait for people to see the little video I'm putting together for everything. Should probably drop really, really soon because
okay.
we're in the final stages of editing. But JID is an amazing performer. No backtrack, like just
Bar for
off the
bar,
top,
word for word.
all crazy. And the crowd like delivered. Even his producer DJ Crystal like played the right songs. It was just so
Yeah,
intimate. I tweeted something that day. I was like, "Oh my God, the smaller intimate shows, wow,
it's awesome.
awesome!" Like the energy can't be replicated. Like if you're in a stadium or in an arena, it doesn't feel the same as those smaller intimate shows. It was amazing for me. That solidified Jid as one of the best live performers right now. Period. Because he sounded exactly like the tracks. His voice was incredible. A great stage presence, great
Yeah,
command of the crowd. Like no, incredible. 10 over 10
yeah.
in my opinion.
I've gotten to see him a few times, and not that I was surprised at Dreamville Fest with how engaged the fans were, but at a music festival, especially for a rapper who is saying a lot of words per song. To see everyone going like Never's playing and they're going bar for bar, like
It was
with
crazy.
him
It's like,
rapping fast back at him, it's a testament to like what he's built with his cult following. I saw Offset talk about that recently in an
mm,
interview where he was saying I respect JID because he's actually selling out 3,000 for multiple nights and it's
mm-hmm.
a cult like fan base. Is it like what would you rather have like the true 100 fans or 1,000 casual fans? And it's
Man, I'll take the 100 fans any day. And in that place, I think the room was like 300 cap, so it wasn't a huge room.
yeah,
Man, the people there, they were so passionate, and Jit took out time to sign everyone's stuff at the end of the
really,
show. Like, it was just so intimate. I'm like, wow, like, these are the nights that really make people a fan. Like, just knowing that the artist cares, to this extent. Like, even if I went to that show not being the biggest Jid fan, like you will be converted
yeah.
at the end of it, you know.
I think Dreamville has on multiple occasions taken the chance of not making money in the short term to create
Mm-hmm.
fans in the long term. And to explain this to someone who's not necessarily knows what J. Cole did years ago with Dollar and a Dream, it's like, why would he do
Mm-hmm.
shows for $1? How is he going
I
to
had
make money
someone
off of
ask
that?
me that.
I did too. And it's hard to comprehend. It's like, oh, they're just sacrificing. They didn't go into the show like we're trying to make money. That's like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to take this as a loss money wise. But just the experience and the fact that we're doing it, like that changes a fan. Someone gets dragged to the show with their friend. You can't not help but become a Jid fan after that experience.
Right. And I think one beautiful aspect of the show was that the fans were picking the songs. I'd never seen that before.
Okay.
So he
Yeah.
literally asked, like, I'm gonna perform every single one of my albums. I need y'all to pick like 3 songs each every out like on each album, and like the fans were so engaged. Like, imagine going to a show and you could actually
It's sick.
communicate with the artist and say, I would love to hear this song. I would love to hear
Yeah.
that song, and the artist just being down to like really listen to the fans. It was a very unique experience. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
So
I've seen the
like.
opposite where someone holds like a song up to Tyler the Creator and he's like, I am not doing that song. That is
I'm
not on the
not
track
doing
list.
that song. Yeah, so it was amazing. Like, even before the show, he came down to the merch stand to see how everything was organized. I was talking to him. I'm like, wow, I've never seen an artist do that.
Yeah,
So it kind of just a testament to how hands on he is with everything, and I think that's amazing to see.
for sure. And were there any songs that were low key choices that you were hyped to perform, or what were Elsie's choices? What did she want to see?
Honestly, I went into that with an open mind. I'm like, whatever songs he
Yeah,
performed, like I'm gonna take it because it's my first show, so I wasn't
yeah,
really picky about everything. I think my favorite part of the show really was just hearing him preview the new music. I remember being at that show and
yeah.
hearing West Side Gun, and I was telling my friend like, "This is West Side Gun, this is West Side Gun," like, and so
They don't
it
get
was
it.
such
They
a
don't get
crazy
it.
experience. I'm like, y'all don't get this. Like, West Side Gun is opening this album, and yeah, it's just hearing especially like some songs off the Forever Story. He performed all the ones that I wanted to hear. The big, I think, surround sound. He did was it Cody Blue?
I'm sure
As
that
well.
was that's a fan favorite, Cody Blue for
Yes,
sure.
and a lot of people that was a song I really really wanted to hear. And
Yeah.
just hearing that live, I'm like, wow, like this was great. And I paid nothing basically to get in here. So what's a dollar?
Besides a plane ticket to
What's a
Chicago.
dollar? Right. Yeah, besides a plane ticket to
Yeah.
Chicago. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, he killed it. The album's awesome. As someone who's a stan of JID,
hmm
my expectations are always too high for every album I've ever listened to. Like I
Mm.
said, Alfredo favorite of the decade. It's impossible for on first listen to reach the heights that I imagine in my head for years. Or like
How
No
do you
Worries.
feel about Fredo too,
I think it's very good. We can get into it. Let's go.
though? Let's get into
Crack my
it. Because
knuckles.
now that you say Alfredo was like your favorite, I'm curious how you felt about the part two and whether it lived up to expectations.
It's not as good. Let's start there.
You're not the
that
first person I've heard say this.
I'll say I think I'm a I'm a fan of when track lists are a little bit shorter in general. I think it just forces the artist to like, cut out the maybe chunks of fat that are still good and could be like good as like solo releases, but like when they're in the album, it starts feeling a little like
A little
every
bit.
the beats are starting to be a little bit the same constantly. And it was a very chill album, and I like some of his harder hitting songs, whether it's like Oh, why am I blanking on every song ever that Freddie Gibbs has released?
That's what always happens when you're talking about albums.
Um, Fuck. Okay, but yeah, his hard hitting songs,
I get
the
what
ones
you
that get me fired up, like Too Much on SSS is one. He's a lot of the times Freddie Gibbs. There's only a few places people listen to music to. There's only like 10 spots. It's like going to the gym, going on a walk. You're in the club. You're at a pregame. You're on the beach. Like you're studying. So every song has like a place where it can be listened to.
mean. That's
And I,
true.
and I was saying this recently, like when Kendrick made a song like Blacker the Berry, he's not thinking like this is a gym song, but realistically, that hard hitting, hype ass song, like that's
Perfect for the
where it's
yeah.
gonna be played. And a lot of times I think Freddie Gibbs has fit very well in my gym playlist for getting me fired up. And some of my favorite songs on Alfredo, let's see if I can remember, because I'm not Baby Shit. That's one
Okay,
there.
okay,
Baby
okay.
Shit. Blanking the one with Benny the Butcher, but sold lines to abusers, now abuse y'all with lines. Like that gets me going in the gym. All glass. Like these are the types of songs that get me fired up. And I thought this album was very chill.
It was extremely chill.
And I
But
could
I
have
think
used
that's where you and me are different. I like chill Freddie
you
Gibbs.
like chill Freddie Gibbs. Okay.
So for me, I do agree with you on the fact that yes, I would have liked a little more concise with the track listing, but I enjoy this album. Like I don't think it was as good as the first, but I don't think it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, I no beats, and I think I said this when went on the spaces about Clipse, the Clipse album. No, I didn't walk away from it being like this is a legendary Alchemist beat. None of them besides now I'm just looking at the track list so I get today.
I'm sorry, but 1995 and Ensalada.
Enchilada, Crazy Beat, and Feeling with Larry June's actually my favorite
Yeah.
song. The piano on that reminded me of something that would have been on the Larry June album with The Alchemist. And those beats are type of all-time beats where rappers want to freestyle on it and post it on their feed and show like, oh, I freestyled over the Enchilada beat. But
Yeah.
I didn't think there was fully as many top-tier Alchemist beats as I left Alfredo being like, oh, these are all, I mean, 1985 as a beat.
Right.
Babies and Fools. Like, there's so many songs on Alfredo.
To
I was
rap
a stan of
about? Like
Alfredo.
what?
Something to rap. It's crazy.
Man, it was
And
crazy.
so I left. I thought it was cool how they did the rollout with the whole like samurai kind of vibe going on. They released a little short film with it. Alchemist is always going to come in with his things. I know there's a clip going around of Freddie complaining about his tape with Currency, and
I
that
saw
Currency
that. I saw that. Yeah.
that Freddie puts, and it was basically Freddie expressing like I put all this time into like the other stuff, not just the music stuff, and like he felt like that wasn't getting reciprocated. And you can see in an album like this, even on a short notice. Obviously, it wasn't made in short notice. I'm sure it was made over the past couple years, but released and rolled out in short notice. You can
Optimus is
tell that.
showing up. Yeah.
And let's get into Tyler too. How are you feeling about
Don't
this
tap the
Tyler
glass.
album?
Mm. Firstly, like I was off the internet for a couple of days, so I didn't really. I just opened the internet like I think just the night before he dropped. I'm like, what?
Oh,
Wait
you
a
didn't
second.
know?
I had no clue because
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
I just had a rough weekend. I was offline. Like I just opened Twitter and I'm like, Tyler the Creator dropping 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Like what? So it was
Yeah.
very unexpected for me. So when I first heard that album, I first heard it. I'm sorry, this is embarrassing, but I just played it off my phone speakers because
You
I
know,
was.
it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do
Was bad.
sometimes.
I'm just like, okay, you know what? I just want to hear it. I put it on. I think I was like getting ready or doing something, and then I just put it on my phone speakers, and I was like, okay. I mean, some
Yeah.
songs caught my ears, but it was like, okay, I don't know if I love this. If
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Then the next day, I went on a drive, and I put that on in the car, and it changed the album for me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Different.
This is not the same album. This
Yeah.
definitely is not the same album. And it really made me tweet. I'm like, some albums just need to like get better in the car, and then coincidentally, Tyler saw that, so it was very
Yeah.
funny.
Oh yeah. What was your reaction to the quote tweet
Yeah,
when
I
that
saw. I was like,
notification
"What? That
pops
was
up?
crazy." Because I didn't tag him. It was a random tag.
Yeah.
Like, so the fact that he was able to see that and like it was actually about his album, I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, that's interesting." So I think it's really fun. I think it was. He said something in the interviews that he's been doing. Not every idea has to be this super well thought out,
Hmm.
extreme concept um, album. That some things are just you've made music, you think it's good, and you put it out.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this is. I don't really think I want to rank this in his discography because a lot of people like would want to rank it or everything. I loved Chromacopia. I love this album. I think it has some cool bops. It's summer, really
Yeah.
danceable. I like what he's doing with the dance pop-ups in every city just to kind of play the album. I think it's good. I don't think it's I wouldn't really consider this hip hop.
Yeah.
I don't really think I'd put it in rap album of the year. I don't really think so. It's a bit more out of that for me.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool album. I think that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. I mean, to your point about listening it a second time in a different setting, and that's kind of what I was saying before, how there's certain places you listen to certain songs. This
Yeah.
was not, although it was released at 6 a.m., which was great for us working people who woke up at 6 that day, it was not meant to be listened to while I was itching my eyes out of bed at 6
Oh,
a.m.
absolutely not.
This isn't a Claro album where I wake up and I'm drinking my coffee and it's
And it's
calming.
just slow and calm.
So it threw me off at first. I'm like, I don't know if this was the place. Then like I worked out to it and I'm like, okay, now it's getting me going a little bit.
Yeah.
And as a Tyler stan, this might be a common theme with the albums that keep dropping of my expectations being too high.
Mm.
Chromacopia and this new album are not. I know you don't want to rank your Tyler albums. These
What
are
do you
not.
think? I'm curious what you're about to say.
They're. I'll start with Chromacopia first because we've had time to be with that album.
Yeah.
Tyler, I love you if you somehow ever saw this. There are no songs I return to on Chromacopia.
No way. Okay, that's crazy. Oh my
There,
god.
there are zero songs that, and that's sad because
I need to
I
go.
wanted to. I don't go into this as a hater. I go into this as a lover and wanting to. I'm the guy who gets made fun of by my friends for like, they're like, you're just like glazing him. And like, you would love anything that Tyler drops. And I wanted to love it.
Why do you think it didn't hit that way for you? For
Um,
Chromacopia specifically.
I'll say this. So I think Tyler has a similar top skill set to Kanye, which is choosing the best feature for the best part of a song. Even if it's a small voice or it's a little thing just for the bridge. I think
Mm.
Tyler always finds these people, whether it was Rex Orange County on and Cali Uchis all over Flower Boy. He always finds these new voices. Daisy World, which is on the new album, and they're on Call Me If You Get Lost. That's my favorite songs. I think Tyler has fallen in love a little too much with his singing voice, similar to Pharrell Williams, his hero, who might be singing a little too much in the Clipse album. And there's some songs I'm like, okay, Tyler could have got one of his singing friends to do
To
this
do
part
this.
instead of him.
Mm. I see what you mean here, but I don't know. One reason why I would never I think I would never like talk on Tyler singing is because he proves my point that you don't have to be a great singer to make a
Oh,
good singing record.
for sure. I think he like just found this like pitch thing that works for him and like
Yeah.
best interest. One of my favorite Tyler songs ever. Before he starts glitter, he does like the na 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 my baby, and that it
Mm-hmm.
sounds not quote unquote great, but it's catchy the way he says it because it makes you want to
Right.
sing it. So I think
Even
he
Igor
can
has
sing
so much of those moments as well.
for sure. And like Earthquake is his number one. That's like that'd be his hit song, and like that
Yeah.
is good singing. I just think he's fallen in love too much with the fact that he can do
I
it
see what you
now.
mean. I see what you mean. I mean, for me, my reason for going back to Chromacopia is a little different for me. I think it has some of his best songwriting ever on
Okay,
that album. And I think just because when it dropped and then I went to Camp Flog, like I just have a lot of like
yeah,
seeing
memories
him
to it.
perform that. That was my first time ever seeing Tyler, so it was
Yeah,
it just felt so immersive, and that
yeah,
album was kind of a soundtrack to that period of time. But I really love the songwriting on this album. I Killed You is one of my. I'm like, this is crazy songwriting. Judge Judy. Like Him with Lola Young. I Hope You Find Your Way Home, Sing Chroma. Although some songs on the album I just don't go back to. I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie and say I'm spinning Chromacopia every day.
yeah.
But I think just because of the songwriting, and just how layered and interesting it is. I just tend to return back to
Yeah.
it.
And I saw in an interview, he was like, yeah, with this new album, I didn't want to do, he's like, man, fuck the bridges, fuck the extra stuff I added to songs. And when I heard that, obviously he can do
I
whatever he
love the
wants.
bridges though.
I'm like, he can do whatever he wants, but I'm like, that's the thing that like separates
That's
you from the other
right,
rappers that I've
right,
enjoyed from you. So I didn't
right.
like love that quote from him, although artistically, do whatever you think is
You
fun.
know,
And
Tyler has always been the type of like, one thing I like about him is that he's very open to change. He's very fluid
yeah,
with his creative process. And I respect that about him. Like, he could say one thing today and then come back 2 years
yeah,
later and say, I'm trying to do the opposite now. And this is why it doesn't invalidate that I said this at a
yeah,
particular point in time, but I'm thinking differently right now. And I think that's cool because a lot of artists are very rigid and
yeah,
stuck in one way. But with the singing thing, I think that's a valid critique. I mean, a lot of people feel the same way that I've
yeah.
spoken to about the album, so I think
And
that's
my favorites on Don't Tap the Glass are honestly songs that just happen to not feature. I mean, Ring Ring Ring, that's a good singing Tyler
yeah,
song.
that's a good
Um,
singing. Yeah.
like don't you worry, baby, and I'll take care of you with Yeba. Like those
Love
aren't that
that
much Tyler on
part.
the songs, but those are my two favorite from the album.
Those are good choices. Those are good choices.
You know, I bought my tap don't tap the glass shirt. It came in a box that was shaped like a glass. So like shout out to Tyler. He
Yeah.
claims he didn't put that much thought into this, but
Oh,
clearly
there was
there's so
definitely
much
thought,
thought.
of course. Like I got the CD, and
Yeah.
it was honestly just, yeah. If he claims he didn't put thought into this, I'm like, all right, guy, because you seem
Yeah.
to have a character down for this. You seem to have a whole
You know,
concept.
there's a
So,
website made for this.
right.
Like you planned it.
Yeah, it was really good though. I really like it's, and also I like how concise it is.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing about it. Like if you're gonna
That
do a
part I
drop
liked.
like
Yeah.
that, like it has to be concise. If you're gonna just do a surprise drop, we don't want to hear 30 songs.
Yeah.
Just
It's
keep it
too much.
concise.
Even if J. Cole decided to drop 30 songs today, I'd be happy, but I'd be like,
Why couldn't it be 15? Like
just make it less and like drop the others at some point. Like it's too
I agree.
much.
I agree.
Come on.
I agree with that.
So let's talk about an album that I'm gonna say I think reached both of our expectations. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm a huge Clipse fan. I grew
Oh,
up loving Hell Hath No Fury. I think it might be the best produced album of all time. That's for
hmm,
sure a gym album for me.
okay. That's a hot take, but not that hot. I can respect it.
Like Mr. Me Too, it's like a beat that like I wouldn't normally gravitate towards, but I'm like, what is this? And I think a Pharrell feature in the past 5 years hasn't been as exciting. I don't see like produced by Pharrell and get as happy as I am when I see produced by DJ Premier for me. Like I get excited when I see a DJ Premier beat.
I
And
think, yeah. Go ahead.
there's the joke going around that like he saves his good beats for Clipse. And I think that's true because he killed it on It's Almost Dry. I
Oh,
love
he
the songs he did on It's Almost Dry, and it's also one of my favorite Pusha albums. And hey, I mean, he did it again. I
he
thought he
did
did
it
it
again.
again.
Like when the album first came out, like I saw a few people on my timeline, like the production just fell so short. I'm like, y'all can be serious. Like I don't know if we're hearing the same album, but one thing I really liked is that Clips are rappers rap, like they rap. So if too much is going on with the production, it might take away
Yeah.
from actually just hearing the bars. So I feel like Pharrell had this perfect balance on there of just keeping the beats interesting but minimal at the same
Yeah.
time. It was a beautiful balance, in my opinion.
I mean, I think even Kanye notices that when he produces for Push. Like the beats are amazing, but they're not like the most crazily densely packed songs. It's usually a
Yeah,
couple sample chops that are just addicting that get
especially
caught.
because Pusha just has so much conviction and malice too. Like honestly, your voice just does most of this, like, most of the
Yeah.
work.
I
Production
mean,
doesn't do too much.
it's hard not to sound cool when you have that voice. Like
Yeah,
you can make anything sound good.
yeah.
I feel like kind of similar to my thoughts on JID. I think they want just my opinion. I think they both chose a single that was not anywhere near my favorite song of the album. Diamond, but I will say Diamonds Look Like Pee Pee. That has been in my head since the album dropped.
These trumpets ain't bad at all. Like, So Be It is what to me was the crazy. Like, to
It's
be
insane.
honest, when Ace Trumpets dropped, because I think Ace Trumpets dropped before So Be
Yeah,
It.
it did. Yeah,
When it dropped, I was like, okay, I mean, this is cool.
yeah.
But So Be It was like, oh, okay.
And they
God,
dropped it with
I'm
that
ready for
music
this
video.
album.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was, yeah. I think that was a turning point for me because,
Yeah.
you know, they've been talking about this album for a little while now. And then when Ace Trumpets dropped, I'm like, okay, I mean, I'm still looking forward to this, but just seeing So Be It with that video, that was a
Yeah.
turning point for me. It's like, okay, I'm ready
They
for this album.
they're giving out Grammy for Video of the Year, and I would not be surprised if that was the winner because that.
I was talking to my friend last night. I'm like, I kind of want Rap Album of the Year to go to Clipse. I
I
want.
think I think they have it right now. It's
I
my favorite
wanted
rap album.
them because a lot of people were like, you know, Chromacopia dropped in that time,
Yeah.
GNX dropped in that time,
Okay.
um, and like so a lot of people are like, oh my god. But for me, I honestly think Clips has it. Like I like this album better than GNX.
I
I'm
it
sorry.
You're gonna get the people mad at you, Elsie.
I'm
You can't
sorry.
say that.
I love GNX, but as a like okay, maybe it might be recency bias. So you know what?
No, I think you've had enough time to sit with it to confidently stake that claim
Let's
in.
give it a little time, but I honestly would love to see Clips win this. Not just because it's a great album, like GNX is amazing too, but just the precedent. You know, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of talk about we don't want to hear no 40 plus raps. We don't want to
Yeah.
hear no 50 plus raps. So the fact that they could come back, you know, and
And
just
deliver
give us
this highly.
an amazing, I'm telling you, just an amazing project and just hit fired on all fronts. Like to give them at this point will be a win for hip hop. I don't even think Kendrick
Yeah.
will be mad at that. You know,
Oh
so
no.
yeah, I'm excited. I want them to take it home.
Hip hop is weird in that like it's such a young genre that our parents are older than a music genre, like which feels weird. So we're just seeing like hip hop, like rock and roll artists are performing until they're 90 years old. And like, why can't hip hop be like that? And I
Right.
think maybe, not to say it started with 444, but it was one of the first amazing albums to come from an older rapper where maybe other rappers were like, oh, we can still do
We
this
could do
at an
this.
older age.
Yeah, I'm like seeing that Malice is 52, Pusha's 48. Like, yes, being older doesn't really take away your ability, and I'm happy you're on tour. You're selling out every like so many quotables off the album. It's such an amazing project. Like, I think the precedent for it winning will be amazing for the
Yeah.
hip hop.
So what do you prefer in a rollout? Would you prefer the Tyler the Creator Alfredo 2 method, which is it's still a full rollout, but it's very quick. It's like 2 weeks from
Mm.
announce to drop. Or you get the JID, you have 4 months of time to prepare for this. And I mean, Clipse has been teased for amazing rollout, but it's also been teased for a year. But in the last 4 months, it's been like that tiny desk, complex article, the old fashioned,
Mm.
all the stops. What did you like more?
That's a good question. I think it really depends on the artist. And it depends on how well executed it is.
Yeah.
Because one thing about, for example, Tyler the Creator, he's still talking about this album every
Mm-hmm.
day. Some artists could do that short rollout and just drop it. And after
Yeah,
the
yeah.
album drops, that's it. Like nothing else accompanying it. And then there's some artists that do the long rollout and just keep fans just guessing for months, nothing being said, nothing being
Yeah.
teased. And I think so far, if we talk about like clips, like okay, you announce an album, and you know sometimes it might lose momentum if you announce something a year
Yeah.
ahead, but then when you decide to drop it, you you know you apply pressure.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beautiful thing that they did. Like it's dropping on this date. There's no endless teasing.
Mm-hmm.
ASAP Rocky, this is for you. Like I don't really
That
understand.
album, it's the excitement for that album is like, what are you gonna drop the 20 singles that have dropped over the last 2 years?
Dang, like I
I don't know what
really
Chance
thought
is gonna do because Chance has dropped all these singles over the last 5 years. Like, are these on the new
another
album?
thing, and that's another thing. Like I really thought ASAP Rocky was gonna drop after that court case. I was like, this is the
Yeah,
perfect time. This is the perfect
right.
time. Only God knows what happened, but I think Clips did a great job of just really just applying so much pressure towards the drop that even if you didn't give a fuck about Clips,
You saw it.
you saw it and you were like, who are these people? Like,
Yeah,
I got to pay attention just for the hype of it. And then Tyler, I love the fact that even though it was a very short drop, which he did the same thing with Chromacopia, but
mm-hmm.
I think I'm loving, in my opinion, and this might be weird, but he's doing a lot more for this project
Yeah,
post drop than he did for Chromacopia. One of my main issues with Chromacopia was that it felt like he dropped it, and that was it. Like we barely got
yeah,
visuals
I agree.
on there. We barely got anything. Like he did that whole cute pre-release, but we barely got anything else from that era, which is
Yeah,
still so odd to me because it was a very fleshed out like album. It had a lot of concept, so I'm still confused why. But he's dropped "Don't Tap the Glass," and we're getting lyrics every day, and we're getting
yeah.
breakdowns every day. He's
New
doing
visualizers.
new visualizers every single day. He's on a press tour. He's doing interviews with so many people, like
Yeah. What he
which
dropped
is
Sugar on My Tongue today, I think.
right. So he's just been doing a lot of stuff, which I love. I'm like, if you're gonna do that short rollout where you tell us you're dropping an album in 3 days,
Yeah.
then be prepared to follow up when the album is out. But a lot of artists just do that, and the album is out, and you're like, okay, you have the album now. That's it.
Yeah.
And I think Freddie Gibbs is also doing that in his own way, which is cool to me. I love the fact that it wasn't teased for too long. It was like we heard it and like, oh, Alfredo's dropping in a month or two, like after the initial rumors. It was like this is a date and we stuck to it.
Yeah.
More of that because I'm tired of artists announcing stuff without a date. They
Hate
just
it.
keep us waiting forever. It's not fun,
That
especially in these day and age with short attention spans. It's not fun.
that or teasing something that's not ready to be dropped. Like if you're gonna tease something and you're not ready to capitalize on the possible, if you get the luck of the draw on the algorithm and it pops off, you better be ready to drop that song tomorrow. If it was meant to drop in a month, have the video ready. Don't tease it until you have everything. I
I
hate when
think
I go on
yeah, I
TikTok,
get
see
that.
a great song, and the artist is like, it's not out yet. So
Song's
then
not ready yet.
what am I supposed to do? Hope that you come up on my algorithm in 2 months when it is out?
Thing. Like I don't know. I feel like the music world is changing and artists just have to evolve to accommodate that. Like if you really want your work listened to, you need to be able to show up. So that's pretty much where my head is at with that. I
Yeah.
think JID did a great job with that. Like, he announced this, and I remember when he announced this, a lot of people were angry on my timeline. Like, what does he mean August? Like, why is it dropping so long into the future? But he dropped a single. He
Yeah.
did a great press run, which is amazing, by the way. Dropped the prelux as well of songs
That
that
was
make the album.
that was the big thing
Like,
for me because I thought when he dropped Work, which was not my favorite JID single he's done, I
it,
thought he didn't push it at all. He kind of posted it, and then I'm like, this is a weird rollout, and the whole August thing. Then he drops the Bodies verse, which might be feature of the year for me. And then he does the Prelux, and then he does another guest verse that I'm forgetting the name of. And like that got me back excited. But a summer's a long time. Summer's like a lifetime. Like you're a
yeah.
different. I'm a different person than I was in May. So waiting that long it was a little but I
It was
thought
a
it
little, but I
I
think
thought it picked up.
it did, and that's to me that's the most important thing. Like if you're gonna make people wait long, at least when the time is drawing closer, pick things up. Like
Yeah.
you can't really bank on the fact that oh, even if I'm just taking my sweet time and not really doing much, people will still be interested. Like you gotta pick things up, and the fact that I saw a lot of people tune into this JID album was a great sign that people were really paying attention. So
Yeah.
really happy
Hey,
about that.
we've been blessed. It's been a good month. It's
Yeah.
funny that all four of those albums are albums that have been like these albums that haven't dropped that you've known about. It's like, is Alfredo 2 really a thing? And is this Clipse album ever going to drop? And is this JID
Right.
album ever going to drop? And they all just came so fast in a month's time. And it's like, whoa, we actually got all these things. They're real. They're real things.
I agree. But I think it's just a little like crazy to me that all these names that we're talking about, like Clipse, JID, Tyler the Creator, Freddie Gibbs, like these are people that have been making music for a decade plus now. Like, what's going on with the new guys? Like,
Let's
where,
get into it. Who is
where's the
LCX?
new guys? Like,
Who are
what's
you?
going on?
I mean, we're definitely in the era of niche where we're getting a lot more small, very passionate fan bases versus like these giant ones. And I don't know, some artists I think want to be famous, but they don't realize what that actually comes with. I think someone like Doechii, say what you want about her, she is meant to be a superstar. She
Oh,
has the
100%.
personality, the drive, the vision of how to dance on stage and do all these crazy things. Like she is a good famous person someone like Sabrina Carpenter. Like I see these people and
Oh,
I'm like,
great at being famous. Amazing at being
they're
famous.
just good at being famous. And some artists, I was watching a video of is it Maggie Rogers is her name? She's like the girl from that Pharrell video where
Oh
Pharrell's like
yeah.
MYO. And she said that she performed at MSG and the next day was just at a coffee shop and no one recognizes her. And like it worked. I mean, she's clearly has a huge fan base, but not every artist wants to be famous. It's probably why Frank Ocean has disappeared. But it's fun when we get an artist who is like that classic, like good at being famous. And I think
Famous. That is true.
Doechii is good at. I thought Jack Harlow when he suddenly had the what's poppin'. I was a fan before, but it was
Mhm.
cool. He was so good at interacting with fans, being funny, and you're like, this guy was meant to be bigger.
Mhm.
They have that
What do
in
you
them.
think it's gonna take for hip hop to and let's say Doechii, but let's say okay, the male side of things. Like what do
Yeah.
you think it's gonna take for male artists right now making hip hop to break into the mainstream in a way that everyone's tuning in to hear your album out of
Yeah.
anticipation? Like what do you think it's gonna take? Because I don't know, have we seen that recently
I mean,
happen?
I even saw someone tweet yesterday, what's the last male pop star? Not even rap star, but like, who's the big male pop star in general?
Benson Boone.
Benson Boone just doing backflips and shit on stages.
That's
What
actually a really good question. Like, wow.
I think it's hard these days to fully make it as a bigger rapper as someone who just does rap. I think having the ability to sing in your back pocket, not good singing, as we discussed before, it can just being able to use your voice in a melodic way
Mm,
helps you reach that not just female audience, but like that's helpful. I think JID clearly said that when he tweeted. He's like, I needed to throw some R&B songs in here for the ladies. And Smino, in your video, he was talking about like some of his shows being mostly women, and
yeah.
that helps, and that's what makes Drake so the one.
It's true, but either way, like, okay, getting the ladies as part of a fan base, but I just think about it, like, what's it gonna take? Like, what's it gonna take to get the next? Because in the blog era, I mean, well, that's over a decade ago, but we
Yeah,
had so many amazing
I
artists all
know.
emerge at the same time and still at a very great level of relevancy.
I think it's just because it came with the surgence of the internet and that being a way to sell music. Like it,
Mm,
all those artists, I think we're just lucky to be coming out at that perfect time to take
mm,
advantage of like J. Cole's the first artist to be really connecting with fans and Logic and all these people who were coming up at that time. It was the first time social media was really a thing and you could just like tweet to an artist and they would answer you.
yeah,
So
back then, yes.
I think a lot of them were right time, right place. Like we're lucky enough to come up in that era. So what do you do now to make yourself different? I'm such a
Mm,
I'm such a visuals person. I think visuals are so important. World
mm.
building, like and act
I agree with that. World building is such a very underrated way to just get people invested in your
yeah.
lore.
And world I think I said this I tweeted to Wale or I tweeted he made a Yukon remix and I said that he's one of the coolest like most unique pens ever and he's like, what do you mean? And he actually responded, I'm like, oh, that's sick, Wale. And I wrote him a whole paragraph and I thought the bar I spit in that paragraph was there's a lot of rappers saying things, but not every rapper has something to say.
Mm,
You know, like a lot of rappers could talk about the state politically of our country, but not all of them actually have a passionate thing that's new to say about those things. And
mm,
you know when it comes off surface level. And I think we have a lot of good rappers, but not a lot of great artists all around. People who are not just making amazing raps in a song. What makes Kendrick so good to me is that not only is he having the craziest bars and crazy verses, his flows are catchy. He makes really catchy choruses that you can listen to a song like Swimming Pools, which is about anti-alcohol, and it be a drinking
right.
anthem.
And still sing along. Like it's crazy.
You have
He's the
All
best
Right,
in the
which
world,
is
really.
All Right's the song for the Black Lives Matter movement, but you can just sing that and maybe it's definitely not his intention. You can have no clue what he's rapping, but he does it. He has such an ear for these flows. I think J. Cole's mastered choruses. I think Drake has mastered choruses. And I think artists forget about how important the chorus is to a song
They
sometimes.
are. And I think to me that was what made GNX what it was because like just listening to that album, the sheer amount of just catchiness
Hmm.
from the bars to the hooks to everything, it's like you can't help but just sing along. Even though you might have no clue what he's talking about. I just think he's so talented in that way to be able to communicate in that way because that takes skill to be able to
Yeah.
do that. And yeah, I really just would like to see newer faces that are able to make that crossover to not necessarily mainstream, but mainstream as far as hip hop is concerned. Because, okay, I don't look at JID as a mainstream artist. He
Yeah,
isn't really a mainstream artist, but as far as hip hop is concerned, like, you know who JID is.
yeah. And I'll
Know
say
it.
I thought this song with Jesse Reyes was his best attempt at making like a radio type hit because that song is
That
my
was
favorite.
great.
It's my
Yes,
favorite on the album right now. I keep
that was
playing
great.
it.
That was really great. I really liked. They had really good synergy on. Yeah, the album was quality. Like, I don't really even have anything bad to say about this. I feel like he said that he only makes music for himself and his fans, and I think
Did
if
it?
you love JID, you love this album. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anything crazy to say about that.
Are there any low key people that are bubbling up that you've been listening to that you think could possibly fill the shoes in for this
Let
void
me
of star?
let me pop up my Spotify here, cause man,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
For
someone
hip
who
hop.
two people I've been obsessed with. I'm you're definitely onto one of these. You like Q as well because Q 10 songs is my
Oh yeah,
album.
yeah, yeah.
I got to see it in Brooklyn. That man is
Really good.
incredible. He's actually he's like filling the void. I'm like Frank Ocean. If you're not gonna drop, I have Q now. Like that's my guy. This
Yeah, I really like this artist, Suave.
Billy
I feel
too.
like, yeah, he comes with a
Ooh,
lot of like energy, and I feel like if he, really just works on perfecting his craft, like, he could be out of here.
he. This is the fourth podcast in a row I will mention his music videos because another person with insane visuals. Billy Two is also one of my favorite albums of the year.
You could tell when an artist is just like, they have a lot of hunger. When he's rapping, like, I could hear the hunger,
Yeah,
and I
him.
just really want to see that.
There's like a friend group of like him, Chris Patrick, Marco Plus, Ruben Vincent, and
All great rappers.
they're all just amazing visually. Ben Riley just dropped an insane video. Like that group of friends that it seems to be from my perspective are like
Yeah.
just killing it with visuals and making the good music. Marco's dropping an album. Says
Marco's Marco's
tonight.
incredible.
It'll be
Oh,
out by now. This comes
true.
out, but
Marco's incredible, and that's what I'm saying. That kind of sect of hip hop, I would love to see more people talk about that
yeah,
side of things, because I feel like when we talk about the underground, like, a lot of people are geared towards one side of the
yeah,
underground,
yeah, yeah.
and I would love to see more people just talk about people like that, or even, man, there's so many. There's this artist. She raps. Her name is Win.
Mm-hmm.
She's really good. I think, like, she's so
Yeah.
great at just delivering just bars that just hit really
Mm-hmm.
hard, and she has amazing articulation. I think she has the opportunity. Even Samara Sin, like, I feel like if she
She's
keeps
awesome.
going and tries to keep elevating, like, she has an opportunity to be up there.
And she makes all around good songs. Like she has like the alt vibe to her where she can make like a whole singing song.
Yep.
And then she can rap her ass off. And she has that Smino swag. She dresses like that. That Nelly. I
Yeah,
guess
she's like the
Smino would
female
say
version of
ludicrous, but
Yeah, but apart from that, I'm kind of thinking like AZ Chike. I feel like if he, I heard he has an album coming. I don't know. Has he announced that yet officially? I don't know. I'd have to double
yeah,
check.
I'm not sure. But
But
he's
yeah,
dope.
he's dope, and he had. I feel like he's one of the few people that really capitalized on the whole
Yeah.
being featured on GNX. So I think he has the
How could you not?
opportunity.
Maybe that's my me
Well,
being
some people failed at that apparently, like, but he
me
did
being
that.
the at home manager, and I'm like, if I were them, I would do this. And so easy from our rooms to say it, but I'm like, come on, guys, drop a song, capitalize off it.
Right. But it was great. Like, just looking at this, man. This year,
Odil's album. I know you
Odil's
interviewed
album
him.
was great. Odil's album was amazing. I really liked it.
Oh
There's
my
this other
god.
artist that's called Natanya. I really
Okay.
believe in her ability to be a star. Like, she's so great. Kamari,
Hmm.
as well, amazing R&B artist, and he's about to drop an album. I think that's really gonna solidify him. Wow, there's so many great artists. I would just love them
Yeah.
to pop a bit more.
Someone who I've been obsessed with, and I thought she's done so well with marketing, although some controversies come with it, is Sailorrr. I'm,
Okay,
s-
yes.
and I know the backlash, but her music is
Her
to
music is
me,
great. It's undeniable.
and like a lot of it's like hot girl music, and I'm listening to it like on my walk, and I'm like, she's similar to SZA in that she writes like a rapper, and her songs have these focused topics. So there's one song called Mama's Boy or Mama's Son, and it's just funny. It's about a guy who's like follows his mom doing whatever she does. And on the Nascent album, "Run Me Back My Bread" is a song with Childish Major where like it's a concept song and singing, and that sticks out so much to me. "Sincerity" is currently my number one song of the year based on how many times I've listened to it.
Another artist that I think has the opportunity to get even bigger is Jordan Ward. I've heard some of the new
New
music that's
music.
coming.
Oof. He's
Yeah,
one of those voices that I was so positive that Tyler, the creator, was gonna pick as like the next voice to feature on an album because he shouted out White
he
Crocs,
will be perfect.
right? That's such a voice that Tyler would use because it's so unique.
Right,
And
so
I thought Chromacopia was gonna feature him. I thought he would be like the Rex Orange County of one of Tyler's next albums.
right. I still think he has like a Steve Lacy esque blow up in the works for him, where just one song just really takes off, and a lot
Yeah,
more people are like, because he's well known like in niche circles, but I
yeah,
think he
yeah.
has that crossover appeal. Like he could sing, like
Dance. He could
he
put on
he
a
could
show.
put on a show. Like what else? Like he definitely. I hope so. I really hope he gets to that level.
For award top five of the decade for sure. That could be my number two of the decade.
It's great. It's an amazing album. I try to put everyone onto it, but
Right?
the new music I've heard is better, which is crazy. It is better. So
Because Fam Jam and IDC, I Don't Care with Junie are two like top songs ever for me. Like they became that so fast. And those are the first two on the album after the intro, and that's how you hook it in.
I'm rooting for him always. Like I just feel like he's a very complete artist in my opinion. And I would love to see a lot more people get on in on that.
I total agreement. And I want to end with a fun list type question.
Okay.
What we'll put I always like phrasing it as a Mount Rushmore. What would be on the Mount Rushmore of songs that you wish you were a fly on the wall to have seen recorded?
Okay, so Mount Rushmore is how many?
Four. I
Four.
for our non-American citizens here. Yeah, it's four.
Okay.
Does a Canada have a version of that?
I don't think so. Let me see. Four.
Justin Trudeau. That's all I know.
He's not even prime minister
Oh,
anymore.
he's not. Oh shit, he's out. And that mayor who was doing like cocaine. And do you know what
Oh,
I'm talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, that's your Mount Rushmore.
I would say, off the top of my head, I would say so many songs off Thriller, but Human Nature. I would love to just, man, those like the Thriller sessions.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
probably
would love
crazy.
to just see what it was that just made these songs so timeless. And just, yeah, that's definitely it. Um, Mount Rushmore. I'm gonna say I would love to be in the studio when Kendrick was recording "Sing About Me." That is such a cinematic record, and
Yeah,
there's so much emotion in that record.
yeah,
Like I would love to see like what it took to kind of translate that on wax, because it's really like to show emotions to that level on wax is insane to me, and I would love to see
yeah.
that. Number three. Hmm. I don't know if there's a song, but I would love to see Anderson .Paak in the studio.
It's probably awesome.
Just
He's
feel
probably going
like
instrument to instrument.
I would just love to see whatever he's doing because he just seems like such a mastermind, just like
Yeah.
doing whatever he wants to do. So I would love to see Anderson .Paak in the studio, and
I'll pick a song for you. Heart don't stand a chance. I want to see how
that's
they
not a
nail
bad
it.
one. That's not a bad one. You know what? Let's take that. Let's take that. I would love to see him in the studio just because of the mystique. I would say something Frank Ocean, like just because of how
Yeah,
mysterious this guy is.
yeah,
I would just love to see what those sessions for Blonde looked like.
yeah,
Specifically, songs like, let me just even pull up this album because I love that album so much. But just with the way Blonde dropped and how it was a surprise to even his
yeah,
label and, and everything, just hearing songs like Self Control, Pink and
yeah,
White, Nikes, White Ferrari, like I would love to just be a fly on the wall, just kind of seeing what, because they had to be keeping this a secret. Like it had to be some underground type
and
shit.
it sounds like it was recorded with like two people in a room. And I
Yeah,
say that positively. I say that as a compliment. It sounds like that.
it sounds like, oh my god, don't tell anyone about this. It's
Yeah,
just top secret. information, but I think that's my Mount Rushmore.
And before I give my list, I have a question. So, because I know you've become closer with Smino, have you got to see him record?
I've not.
Because I want to see how he layers vocals. I just want to see like what actually
Ooh, that's a
happens.
good one. That's a good
I'm
one.
not sure what song I would choose. Like probably something off of Noir because Noir is my favorite album. But he's just insane. Like it
He's
just
so great at late. That's such a good. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
my four. You helped me think of a new one. I'm gonna go first. Give me Meet the Grams because I just want to see what setting Kendrick was in. Was he in a dark room alone? Like how do you get the
Honestly,
voice? What do you do?
I no like Kendrick. Yeah, that song. I find it hard to imagine that people were in the room while he was recording that. Like,
Like, does he have to put a little face on? Because it's kind of like he was like voice acting. Like, it's such a scary song. Like,
right.
he has to like
Even
feel
the,
like the character. I'm curious what that looks like.
even the Alchemist didn't know. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this guy just like he's like, yo, let me just search the beats that people sent me. Oh, this sounds menacing,
yeah.
and probably just maybe Soundwave or one other person in the studio, and just yeah, I would love to see that. Just
That or like the fun involved of recording a song like Not Like Us or Euphoria because it's so upbeat. Like the beep beep beep. Like, what does that sound like when he's
yeah, honestly, just seeing Kendrick in the studio, I just
yeah
there's like I feel like there's not a lot of rappers ahead of him that are really good with just delivering
yeah
emotion in their voice. Like a lot of rappers just have monotone voices where it sounds like they're talking about the same thing regardless of
yeah
whatever they're rapping
yeah?
about. But him in particular, so great, so
And
great.
what's most important about that skill set is he doesn't sound cringy when he does a voice. Because some artists try to do a voice and it comes off not good.
Yeah.
He could do like animation for a cartoon. Like his voice is just
Oh,
moldable
100%.
to like
100%.
things.
Yeah.
Similar to your "Sing About Me" choice, I'm gonna go J. Cole "For Your Eyes Only." Let me see how
Mm,
that song was made and the
mm,
reaction in the studio when he says the last line. Just everyone like
mm. That's a good one. For me, if I was to pick a J. Cole song, I will pick Note to Self. Because it's not even really a song, but he's like just talking and
it's
giving everyone credits. I would love
it's
to
low
see
key.
what that looked
The
like.
first part of "Note to Self" is a really good song too. I wish it was a full song.
I say that all the time. I just wish he kind of just dropped that, expanded on it a little, and just dropped it as a song
Yeah.
too. It's
Uh,
amazing. I would love to see that.
and he's like joking off. He's joking around like on that song. He's like,
Yeah.
shout to Jonah Hill and
Right.
Dale Earnhardt.
He was screaming on the mic. Like, I
Yeah.
just think that's an amazing. I would love to see it.
Next up, I just wrote this down as inspiration for your. This won't really connect, but your Michael Jackson. I've watched so many videos on how My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was made and like how they all wore suits to the studio. So like let me see So Appalled and or Monster be recorded in a studio.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I was talking about it with someone that, at a point in music, like if you wanted to feature someone on the track, they had to be in the studio with you.
Yeah.
It's just in the 2010s, and it became like the whole digital, just send a verse back and forth. But when we're talking about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, there's so much talk about Kanye just going off to this island and flying people
Yeah.
in and working on these sessions. Like, really cool. I would love to see it. Monster in particular, yes.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
And now my last choice, I'm gonna try to think of something. What Mac Miller song would I have loved to have seen him make?
Oh, there are many.
This is a definitely a hot take. There's a song on Faces called Friends, which was Schoolboy
Mm-hmm.
Q, and it's just 6 minutes of him rapping. And his, I don't know if there's an artist whose humor and like personal interests are so apparent in their lyrics as Mac Miller, and it's just such a funny song,
Yeah.
and it's just 6 minutes of him nerding out and like talking about people in the studio, and I think that would have been a cool
Yeah, that's
experience.
a cool one. Like rest in peace, Mac. I feel like his charisma, like what you mentioned, is what really set him apart. Like I haven't really seen a lot of people able to kind of just replicate that feeling
Yeah.
he brought.
I mean, that's what I was saying before. A lot of rappers rap about things they don't truly like, but they say them. And Tyler said this. You can rap about cars, but Tyler raps about it in a way where you're like, you like cars. Like, you really have a nerdy obsession with this. I
Because
think, like, you hear Action Bronson, you're like, this guy loves sports and food. It's not surface level bars, it is deep niche bars for people who.
very deep niche bars,
And I love when rappers can show off their interest, their
personality.
nerdy interest outside of stuff.
I agree.
That gets me.
Agree. West
Well,
Side Gun's another person.
WWE references
I
and
would love to see West Side Gun in the studio. Like, I would love his work rate is so crazy. The fact that he's able to just churn out so many songs and albums.
Yeah.
I would just love to see what that looks like because he doesn't look like the type to spend too much time on a song. I
Yeah.
feel like it's just a couple takes at most, and let's move on to the next one.
Let me see Dr. Birds. Let me see him go right brick on my brick and yell that.
Right. But yeah, and with the ad libs, 100%. I want to see
Oh,
that. I want to
that'd
see
be
that
incredible.
video. Yeah.
Well, Elsie, we could probably do this for 5 more hours and not
Same.
say the time, but I do want to give you a spot to shout out where the people can find you and what you got
Yeah.
coming.
Thank you. You can find me, Elsie Not Elise, on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, same thing. Yeah. On YouTube, I do longer form interviews. On TikTok, I'm just talking randomly. If you really want to engage with me, find me on Twitter, X, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
That's really where I'm most active on. If you want to keep up with my day to day a little, Instagram is the best way. But anyone that works for you, I'm on everything. Thank you for having me.
Of course, there's nothing more fun than the episodes where it's just nerding out about
Yeah.
some music I like.
For sure. Excited for everyone to see this, but
Yeah.
would love to get an in-person one in.
It's gonna happen.
In New York, yeah.
When you're in New York, this will happen. I won't be in a hotel room. I'll have an actual apartment. For the people listening, I'm currently live from a hotel,
But you're making it work.
making it work, and that's what we do. That's what we learn as creators and entrepreneurs. You hustle through it.
All right.
Well,
All right. Let's get it.
Well, if you made it to the end of the episode, I love you. Thank you. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Adam-DASH_ and Soundcentric Music on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Threads if you actually use it. Blue Sky, I don't know if I made a Blue Sky account.
Blue Sky.
Yeah, we're everywhere. You can find your podcast. I do a weekly newsletter. Hopefully, we're gonna stay
Highly
consistent.
recommend that, by the way. I love that
Thank you.
newsletter.
I've been bad with it the last 2 months, but we're gonna get back to consistent once this law school schedule once we get a routine, we'll get it going.
Yep.
But thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Peace.